Yes, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Humaira, Venkatesh, Prashant. How are you guys?
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
You are all prepared, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So, yes. Can somebody check with Gaurav as well? I think he has not yet joined. And let's start. Okay, we will start. So I have sequenced here. So you can see candidate one is Humaira, candidate two is Venkatesh, candidate three is Prashant, and yes, Gaurav, I cannot see here in the meeting. So if somebody can just inform him and help him to join.
Hello.
And yes, yes,
Hello.
Gaurav.
Yes, I have called Gaurav. He's updating his app and he will be joining soon, like in 1 to 2
Okay.
minutes.
All right. No worries. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fine. So those who are attempting this mock, so you need to have your cameras on. Okay. So you need to have your cameras on, and then you need to attempt. Once again, cross check your internet connection. Okay. So that let's try that we don't have any interruptions. So let's try for that. And yeah. So let me also. So it's a holiday. So um, so everybody has taken out some time for this. So I would like to thank everybody for coming here. And now I would like to introduce. One second.
Yes, so I would like to introduce. We have Mr. Harish with us, and he is into software development, software programming field, and he has great years of experience. So I would welcome him first, and I would request him also to kindly introduce, and he would be actually taking up your mock calls. And as I have already informed that this is especially this mock is on communications, your confidence level, your clarity. Okay, so this is not where we are we are having an intention and objective to look upon your technical qualities. Okay, so you need to be very free and okay, in a natural way. Already we have discussed about it. So yes, so now I would invite Mr. Harish to kindly introduce, and afterwards we can start one by one. I have sequenced the numbers here as candidate one is Humaira, so I'll just make put her on spotlight. So yes, so Humaira is candidate one, and then second candidate is Venkatesh, third candidate is Prashant, and fourth is Gaurav. So these are the four candidates we have. So as per the time, we have limited time up to 11:30 only we can extend. So within that, whatever best possible way is there. So that way we will continue. So now over to you. Yes, Harish, you can introduce yourself. I think you are muted. If you can try unmuting yourself.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, hello everyone. This is Harish Satija, and I would first like to thank Kushal for actually inviting me and being part of such an initiative where I can be of some use, or maybe I can help any one of you in getting the right opportunity nailed on. So thank you for that. And hello everyone. So I'm Harish, and I am working with Citibank as a vice president for last couple of years. I started my career with Infosys back in 2007, and after working 10 years for Infosys, then I joined a Citi as a permanent employee. So it has been a long journey, almost 13, 14 years into the IT. And as Kushal mentioned, right? So today's mock interview will not be focusing more on the technical aspects of what you have written, but rather more on how you should present yourself. the topic that is given is confidence, communication, and clarity. So these three topics together will make one on how you present yourself during your interview. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have, it doesn't matter how much technically sound you are, but if you're not able to present yourself as well as the information or knowledge that you have in a right manner to the interviewer, I think it is where most of the candidates fail. So we'll just try to rectify some of those mistakes, or rather, I would say not rectify, rather guide you on how we can rectify those mistakes and be successful in those interviews. So that's actually sets the context for today's this mock interview session. Right, Kushal ji?
Yes, very, very much true. Correct.
Right. So as you know, right, at the first 90 second of how when you meet a particular interviewer, right, that actually puts the first impression on an interviewer, and that's where he will be able. 33%. I was just reading about the facts and stats. So 33% of the interviewer actually decide on that 90% of the time itself that whether I'm going to hire that person or not. Okay, so it is very important that from the start itself we are in the right mindset. We are confident. At the same time, our body language. So we'll start. I'll just brief you on all these three aspects. So first is communication. So communication has different aspects. First aspect is how you written communication, basically. Okay, the second communication how you do is your body language. Okay, so if I break down this written communication into further into parts, that will include your how you write down your resume. Okay, how you what kind of information you have collected in your resume. Okay, whether you are prepared well on those terms, whichever you have written in resume. So preparing resume, there should not be any spelling mistakes. There are technologies available, right? Microsoft Word gives that opportunity that you can do the spell check whether there are any spelling mistakes or not. Then at the same time, do highlight the things that you want to highlight. This is your resume, and you want to make sure that interviewer ask questions on those things that you are getting. That those are basically highlights of your career or your resume. So there is so you should highlight them. Then the body language part comes. Okay, so body language is something like, okay, how you are entering the room, how you are greeting the person interviewer, whether you are confident, how are you sitting, whether you are leaning too much towards the table, whether you are putting your legs folded. All those things comes into body language. And third thing, and second aspect, right? If I say so, confidence. So how you greet while greeting, right? If you are making a handshake, if you are confident enough or not, or if it is only about a hello, right? How confident you are, whether you are little bit tense, whether you are having a smile on your face or not, whether you are always thinking, rumbling the answers. That actually tells your confidence level, that how confident you are, whether you know about the company well or not. Have you done your research on the kind of job that you are applying, right? So whether you have clarity on what will be your job role in the company that you are applying. And third aspect, as say, the clarity. So when we research well ahead, right? If we are going for, say, Infosys interview, read on the about Infosys. What are their partners? What are the services that they are offering? What are their strategies in next 5 years? So all this information is readily available on the internet as such. And by doing little bit of research, right, that puts you in the right frame of mind that, okay, if I am asked certain questions that, okay, why do you want to join my company, why this company, or why should we hire you? I think that's where you can put in points according to the job role as per the company standards. So this is how we should prepare. So I would say that these three pillars, along with how technical sound you are will actually make you a right fit on any job opening as such. Yeah, that's something that I would really like to stress upon. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Harish ji, for the guidance. And if you allow, we can start with the candidate one.
Right. Yes. Yes. Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so Humaira, I believe you are ready.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine.
Hello, Humaira.
Hello, sir.
Hello. So, so as you know, right, you have been selected for this round, right, for this particular job opening. So, can you please introduce yourself? Brief introduction about
Yes, sir.
yourself.
Yes, sir. My name is Humaira Naseem. I am from Parbhani. I completed my post-graduation in MCA from MIT College, Aurangabad. I complete my graduation in DevOps Software Development from DSM College, Parbhani. Come to my family background, I have 7 members, in including me, 4 brothers, mom, dad, and me. And my hobby is reading and listening to music.
Okay. Okay.
Is sufficient.
Yeah. Right. Right. For now, we can stop there. So, so you have written, right. You are actively looking for a position in data analytics. So can you please tell me a little bit more about that? What is data analytics as
Yes, sir.
such?
Analysis of the data is a data analyst course.
Okay, and
Perform
why do
some
you? Mhm.
visualization.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Perform some visualization on the data and manipulate the data on a use and give a benefit for a organization.
okay, and why do you think that analysis of data is important in today's world? Can you
Because
brief some
I
example,
have
right? Mhm.
because we have various type of data. For example, a social media, we have various types of data, comments, like, dislikes, and various type of data. But we want to analyze the if it is effective for us. If we see likes is greater, then we think is a is a effective for us. If we if some post is take a dislikes, then we analyze is not effective for us. That's why we analyze the data.
Mhm. Okay, okay, okay. So, can you tell us about your skills, basically? Like, what are your strengths and what proficiency you have, which basically makes you a suitable candidate for this job?
Yes, sir. I know Python, SQL, MySQL, and Tabula for visualization. I little bit know about the Hadoops, how to store a data and how to manipulate. That is my strength on a skills.
Okay.
Other
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
other I also know the languages about C, C++, and Java on a little bit and core knowledge of that.
Okay. Okay. And okay. Fine. So where do you look yourself after 5 years if we hire you in this company?
I look in a top leading position and give the guidance to my junior and give advice to how to interact with this concept.
Okay. 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 And uh, Can you please tell about the salary expectations you have?
No, sir. As a fresher, I don't need to accept so much salary, but I need a platform to explore myself. So, as if you offer anything, I will accept happily.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Humaira. I think these questions I'll now basically try to give a picture of how you have fared, right? So the moment you were spotlighted on, right? So I said hello to you. Okay. So first thing, right? While greeting, there should be a smile on your face. Okay. Somebody that you are energetic. You are actually looking to grab this opportunity, or and this opportunity is something that excites you. So and just to add, right, for everyone, we are not trying to find the faults here in the Humaira. We are just trying to add that how she can improve on certain aspects, where we on those terms, that how she can fare well in her interview whenever that will happen. Okay. So that energy should come out. Okay. You that this should look like that. Okay, you are interested in to get this job. Okay. Second thing that we asked about was, right, introduce yourself. Okay. So you write it on the so you started on the right note. You introduced yourself. After that, you told about your family background, and after that, what you said was that I am looking for this opportunity. Then after that, I am waiting. Okay, I am waiting. But at the same time, you said, is that sufficient? So asking that question, right? So that means that you don't have anything else to add actually. So if you are seeing that, okay, the person is waiting or is not asking you another question, you should add certain other points to it. You can talk about your educational background. You can talk about your projects that you have done. You can tell about your any other highlight of your schooling, like you have worked as a project lead in one of your college project, right? So that means that you have things to add. And at the same time, this is the right opportunity, because the interviewer himself is waiting that you should tell more. So what will happen is, you can give a direction to the interviewer that, okay, if I tell this, you will have some certain strong points, right? So, say you have done some projects, so you want to tell that, okay, this project I was working as a lead, and then I was guiding others, and I was kind of playing lead role over there. So here what happened is, you didn't give any direction. You didn't get grab that opportunity that, okay, I can I can mold, or I can put the interviewer ask me questions about my strength, where my strengths are. So that's something you need to be careful, because if you keep it open ended, right, the interviewer may ask next question which you might not have clarity. So this was the right time that, okay, you can give that direction to the interviewer. Okay. So little bit clarity, confident on that side as well. Okay. Now the next question that was asked is uh, about your strengths, I guess, right? So no, I think I talked about what is data analytics, right? Data
Data
analytics,
analysis.
right?
Yes.
So analytics is a very vast field, right? So analysis of data is something you have put forward as an answer, right? So I think that's what note the interviewer might be expecting, that, okay, that short answer, we know that in the interview we have to keep it very short, but not that short that, okay, if someone is asking a question, I am not giving a proper response as such. I'm shutting down the conversation here, right? So the next question that came out was, where do you see that this data analysis is getting used? So on that front, I liked your answer that you are aware that how social media is collecting all the data and then analyzing those data, be it based on our comments, our likes, and then using the data, and then they are putting that to use. They are you see that every day, right? They show your interest on Amazon that, okay, do you like to buy this thing because you have bought this thing in the past. So that's how data processing. On Facebook also, you will get certain kind of videos because you have liked or you have commented on certain videos. So that's how data is getting used. So and that was a good answer. uh, After that, when we asked, right, where do you see yourself after 5 years? Okay, so you answered that I'm looking at myself as a top lead position and at the same time guiding others. Okay, so they at this point also, right, we need to be a bit careful. The other person might take it as something like you are trying to take his position. He might take that, right? The other thing that might come in his mind, right, you are overconfident. Okay, that you are confident that you will be a top lead, but confidence to a certain extent is good, but overconfidence also can sometime overkill the communication. So how you can answer this question, right? I'll just give a different perspective. So if this company gives me an opportunity to work for it, in 5 years I will hone my skills, I will hone my industry knowledge, and at the same time I'll try to equip myself in such a position that I am able to help others also on those BAU activities. So this is something like you are indirectly you are saying that you will play that lead role, but you are not saying that directly, that okay, you will learn everything, you will gather that knowledge, you will mentor others, you will guide others. So that's all the responsibilities of lead actually. But if you are putting it very frankly or very directly, right, that sometimes give a wrong message that you are overconfident. Okay, then the last question, right, what are your salary expectations? I think the answer that you give, right, everyone is expecting something, right? You are not doing it for free, right? You are saying that anything will be fine for you. Agree that you need this job, but be confident and be very clear that the company also wants you. They want good candidates who can perform for the company and who can basically take their goals forward. So there is no harm in saying that. Obviously, not asking too less, not asking too much. So but you can answer it and close it something like, I think I'll not be able to answer it clearly, but yeah, whatever is given to other candidates as per industry standards will work for me, right? So this is something like you are putting the ball in their court rather than taking on yourself that I put a number. You are putting it very open that okay, then this question will go to the next round where HR will negotiate with you, not the this person who is basically, he might be a technical person, he might not be a technical person, but yeah. This is something very very clear. So that's how. So there were few good answer as I told, and but there were few mistakes that I said. Confidence is something you need to build, Humaira, is what I can say. uh, One other thing that was coming to my mind was, right, if you are preparing and you are giving an interview, your internet connection also makes a difference. If you are not able to hear the interviewer clearly, if it is a Zoom interview or some video interview, right? So make sure that you are connected. You can go to your friend's place who has a Wi-Fi. You can go to some relative place who has a good Wi-Fi, and at the same time, right? You when you hear clearly, you will answer. You will be able to answer clearly. There is no harm in asking the question again. If you are not able to hear it properly, that also is a given, that you are not able to get it clearly and you want to basically get the clarity, asking to get the clarity for the same. Yeah. So these certain things, right, if you add it to your personality, I would say, because these traits, right, these are personality traits. How you counter questions, how you confidently answer, do you have the clarity. Preparation also makes a part, but at the same time, right, you can go to if you're thinking that you are not seeing yourself, I think there is lot later written on internet, like you can practice in front of your friends, families, you can practice in front of mirror. So just try that, and hopefully you will surely get a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I will recover. I will uh, cover that points you highlight, and I will prove myself next time as a better
Yeah.
version of me.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes,
Myra.
thank you, sir.
uh,
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Humaira. So shall we directly proceed to next? Okay. Yeah, Venkatesh, you are ready? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So Venkatesh is the next candidate. So let me just.
yeah. Okay. uh, so I think uh, sorry for and again, I'm again saying sorry, because I have highlighted lot of points on how Humaira presented, because she was the first one, and I think everyone else would have got a fair idea of how we should answer and what we should answer. So take it very positively, Humaira. I'm just asking it again, and obviously things will improve. Yeah. So now we are
Yes, sir.
proceeding to yeah, thank you, Venkatesh, right? So Venkatesh, is your video on? Can you
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
okay. Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Okay, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. And you?
I'm good,
Yes.
thanks.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Venkatesh, right? So can you please brief about yourself, brief introduction of yourself?
Sure, sir. My name is Venkatesh Shampenselvar. Currently proceeding my fourth year engineering in JH Raisoni College of Engineering, and currently I'm learning the DevOps skills. And I have done 6 months internship in Crucial Technologies, and apart from that, I have done two small internship as well, and uh, my 10 plus 2 are done from Nanded.
Okay. Okay. So you are basically in the fourth year. So
Yes, sir.
can you tell me about some of the projects that you are preparing in your fourth year?
Sir, my project name is Cloud-based Web Compiler. In that project, we are building a compiler which able to run the programming our programs in a web-based format. We compile our codes in different IDEs, and every time for the new language we need to install the IDEs. So we working on the such a solution who provides us a unified centralized platform. From there we can able to run our all the programs. This is my final year project.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me about your two strengths that makes you like confident person? Two strengths.
I'm able to work with the team.
Mhm.
There is a no limit in group members, large teams, small teams, and I can work efficient. There is a no time limit. If the members are more, then I will be happy with the work of them whole day.
Mhm. Okay. That's good. So, and any weakness that you want to highlight? Any
Uh,
weakness you have?
Sometimes I go into work too much that I forget about the other my work,
Okay.
other works like
Mhm.
going somewhere.
Okay. Okay. And why do you want to join this company?
As my technical skills, the company works in such fields, and I have seen the many of companies clients that work in that field where I wanted to go, and they provide the solutions, and the solutions I really like. That's why I wanted to go in this company to provide my skill set, so company able to grow more in that field. So I wanted to join this company so we can.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Not.
Not yet. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Venkatesh.
Thank you, sir, giving me this opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you. So, Kushalji, do you want to go in the same way, like how I did, or you want to change the format? Why I'm asking this, right? I am also doing it for the first time. So, are we going in the right direction? How you had expected?
Yes, 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 we are going in the right direction. And if required, if the candidate, like Venkatesh, I know him, he is very technical also. If required, if you are free, we can have little technical discussions. He's exploring AWS cloud, Docker, Kubernetes, a lot of things. So if we have time, then and Venkatesh, you are comfortable, we may delve little into that part as well. Like we can more discuss on the kind of implementation he does. I know he prepares a lot, put a lot of effort. So if so, otherwise, yes, as per the objective, we are going right in communications clarity, that part.
Okay. Okay. So it is
10:42.
10:42. So yeah. So okay. I think I can ask a few technical questions as well if you are saying that. Okay. So, Venkatesh, can you tell me, you have said, right, that you have worked on C++ and Python. So, any kind of automation that you have done using these languages? Python, I know, is a scripting language, right? So, there might be something you have done automation to make your life easy. Any manual task that you have
Yes.
automated?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually in Python, there are many things to do for the automation. If you look into some technical use case, like we need to set our storages in Linux servers. And there we have one concept called LVM, logical volume management. There is a very large process to set up that storage part in Linux. So I have make a Python script which will ask you small simple question. On based upon that, he will automate that task, and he make a storage cluster for you. This kind of this all the process I scripted in Python, and it will ask just some 5 to 10 question, and it will give you a ready cluster of storage.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's nice, actually. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. On the SQL part, right? You have worked on SQL, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
So, do you know the difference between like DDL and DML commands? Can you tell me what are the DDL commands and what are the DML commands?
Sir, no, sir.
No idea.
Actually,
No issue.
I basic thing I have done in SQL, sir. Not that much.
Okay. Okay, but if I just try to give some kind of a hint, right? So DDL commands are something like creating a table, okay,
Yes, sir.
or deleting a table, truncating a table.
Yes,
These are
yes.
DDL commands.
Yes, sir.
And DML commands are data modification language. So these are something like inserting something into the table, deleting something, right?
Yes,
Dropping
yes.
is a DDL command, but deleting is DML command.
Yes.
So this is what I was trying to ask. No issues, no issues. We can go
Yes.
ahead. Yeah. So Amazon Web Services, you say, right? So I think lots of companies are adopting this approach where they are basically moving towards the containerization and then
Yes.
connecting to the Amazon Web Services. So what was the project on which you got the opportunity to work on it, or is it something like that you are learning it as a technology but have not implemented it yet?
Sir, actually, not any big project I have worked in, but right now I'm learning these technologies. So small project I have implemented. In one project, there is a need of a website which will be working on cloud, and they are at the back end they are using a Kubernetes to holding that servers. So I make a script in AWS,
Mhm.
which will implement this all the task. First, we will automate this task. We will launch the Kubernetes cluster. We will configure it, and on the top of that, we will putting WordPress site. And after that, using the AWS services of RDS, Relational Database Services, we will
Mhm.
create a one database, and we will connect to this WordPress and the RDS to set up our whole website. So you can go further into making front end. This
Mhm.
kind of work I have done in this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for providing this information.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why do you think that Kubernetes, Docker, these kind of technologies are getting adopted more frequently now as compared to our traditional approaches where we used to have physical servers, cloud servers, and then all the application was kept very tight, bindly coupled in one ER or jar, and then everything was getting access from there. So why do you think we are going in that direction?
Sir, because the size of project is growing day by day, and doing all these things manually is not enough, and it is also about cost. Manually, if
Mhm.
you wanted to go for the 10 servers, you need to pay for upfront for these 10 servers. But if you
Okay.
see in the automation, if you want just one server, they will give you one. If the suddenly your website go viral and you need to 9 more server, you will get. But if you have the
Right.
physical
Mhm.
servers, you need to configure it, and time you need. Time is a very valuable thing. You need to configure 10 servers. That much time you lost your clients, and companies don't
Hmm.
wanted to lose their clients at any point of time. So the automation
Hmm.
is a very much important thing for us in today's generation.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we'll stop here.
Yes, sir.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I'll just try to add few things here, right? And technically, right, I think that you have kind of hit the right nail whenever I asked a question.
Yes.
Let's start chronologically in the reverse order, like what I
Yes, sir.
asked, because I will be able to remember that.
Yes.
So the last question that I asked, right? So why do you think that people are now adopting Kubernetes and Docker, these kind of approach? Your answer was very correct,
Yes, sir.
very correct. But the problem that I found, right, you didn't use any of the industry words over there.
Yes.
The thing that you explained is basically scalability.
Yes, sir.
You didn't talk about the word that I was looking for, capacity,
Yes, sir.
scalability. Like, you said everything correct over there. I'm not
Yes.
denying that. Okay, you
Yes.
said that if I have to increase the number of user, load is increasing and time is also a constraint over there. But if some interview is, if you can add these words also, right, in your vocabulary, this will also be putting a very right thing into the interviewer mind, that okay, you know about these terms and you will be able to handle that.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
So that was minor point, not that much big, but yeah, we need to know what these terms are basically when you say that time. So time response, time to market, time to adopt that. So these things, right? So uh, when you prepare, right, I think these are very we cannot prepare, or we cannot just imagine that okay what kind of questions interviewer asks,
Yes.
but which are your core strengths, right? Try to get more information on how you can put in that those kind of vocabulary words into it, the industry words into it. So
Yes.
that will also set the right
Sure, sir.
message. Yeah.
Yes.
Then coming to the your communication confidence and clarity, right? So you have the clarity, or technically whichever was being asked, right, you were able to answer it properly.
Yes.
Confidence wise, right, when you started your interview, you were kind of breathing heavily, like you were kind of I would say that you were kind of nervous that okay, what should I say, what should I not say, how to
Yes.
filter. You were trying to do that, but slowly and gradually you became confident. You got to know about me that okay, this is how this person is asking the question, this is how I should answer. So that kind of settled the tone for you, settled the whole of the interview for you.
Yes.
So I would say just practice that whenever you are entering at this point time, right, we are sitting in front of each other, but it might happen that you are going somewhere for an interview into a room, and at that point of time, how you can keep yourself calm, you can breathe heavily, deeply, right? So that right, so as I told earlier, right, 90% of the time, right, in the first 90 seconds, 33% of the time. So if you are in kind of a hurry, right, or you are not looking confident, or you are kind of eye contact for that matter, right, I was
Yes, sir.
noticing that eye contact is also important. Staring is not staring is something like you're continuously staring into the eye, but at the same time, right, you should look confident. Whatever I am speaking, I am confident that this is right.
Yes.
So this is one of the more one of the other aspect that you should work upon. I know that this camera is actually putting you in a different spot, because whether to look at where, right, to the camera or to the video, that's
Exactly.
actually putting you in a difficult situation. So I'm giving it to you, just trying to add that whenever you're going face to face,
Yes.
try to add that,
Sure, sir.
right? Okay. Uh, Other than that, I think that it was good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. So thank you, Venkatesh.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So now next candidate we have is 3 Prashant is there. So Prashant, hope you are ready.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
All right. All right. Okay. So let me add. Okay. Okay. Yes, we can continue.
Yeah. Hello, Prashant.
Hello, sir.
Prashant's video is not visible. Can we spotlight him, please?
Yes, I have added the spotlight. So yes, are we able to see both the screens? Huh?
Yeah, now I'm able to. Yeah. Thank you. So how are you, Prashant?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So how was the day today until now?
Yes, it was good, sir.
It was
I
good. Yeah.
it's going good. Now I'm learning new things like previous interviews. I have learned a lot of things, and I will implement to
Okay.
that thing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good to hear that. So can you please give a brief introduction of yourself?
Okay, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. Okay. Uh, I am Prashant Khandarao Kaure. I am native from Latur, Maharashtra.
Okay.
I had completed M.Tech from Veer Mata Jijaba Technological Institute, Mumbai. I had also completed my Bachelor of Engineering from St. Ganesh Institute of Technology, Lonavala, and I have completed my higher studies from Latur. After
Okay.
that, I have to tell you that I have done internship with a company name of Evoxy Software Private Limited, where I have learned a lot of things. Before that, I am very curious about IT world, how it works, and how that the developer doing that thing, how they develop websites or how they working. I'm very curious about this thing. Because of that, I have joined that company as a intern there. So I learned a lot of things, how it works, how it IT world works. Mm, okay, so I have learned there uh, lots of programming knowledge, PHP, and the server, how servers work, how cloud computing work, how we can manage the server in the backend online. Also, I
Okay.
have okay, Tableau. I use
Hmm.
Tableau for analysis of data. Also worked on Talent for data integration. Okay, I have also worked on MySQL server.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Good to hear that. So what makes you? You told right. You learned so many things while working for that company. Can you tell me three qualities that will make you successful in IT?
Yes, sir. First thing I have learned there is how to implement the programming in real time.
Okay.
Yes,
Programming in
how
real
to
time. Okay. Mm-hmm.
yes, how to use functions, how to use functions for passing parameters and how return values, or how to use basically how you can implement that theoretical part in practical world. This
Okay.
was first. Okay. So second
Mm-hmm.
was I will tell to learn new things every day. You have to ready to learn new things and every day, because IT world is now changing every day. Which having every day new like new technology are coming every day, new languages coming. Also, there are lots of databases are already emerging every day. So we don't have to stop. If that's okay. I know this technology. Now I have to stop. I don't want to learn anything. No, not that approach. I will learn new things. I am a fast learner, so I will learn things very fast. As you see my resume, I have added lots of technologies. You can see
Mm-hmm.
that. Yes. As a so I am looking for a data scientist or a data analysis uh, post. So that there are required lot of technologies as a data analysis. So I have I have been learning these things. The third you have mentioned that which are the I have learned is okay. I will say that this cloud computing, because the old world is moving towards cloud computing. It is easy using cloud computing that uh, we can virtually use the machines, other resources to use apply our applications.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. So what are your hobbies?
Okay, sir, I have not mentioned there, but my hobbies are sir, trekking and swimming. I would like to swim. I learned before 2 3 years ago, but
Okay.
I will learn now. I'm living it.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, so you have done BE, you have done MTech, and then you have done certification course. Now you have written that you are pursuing.
Yes.
So, didn't you wanted to try for any job after any of these completion of any of these degrees?
Yes, sir. I have tried before engineering, but I have no skills and I have just fear of programming.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I have not done any programming. And in college, they teach us theoretically, not practical things, and I am not that much of uh, go into that deep into programming. So I'm just little of fear of bit of programming, but I have completed my B from B in electronics telecommunication. So I have, that time I have passion about some embedded system.
Okay.
But I'm looking for jobs. They are always asking me, okay, so you know that hardware thing, but you don't know software thing. You don't know programming. So what is the use of you? So what should I do? So I have I have to learn that programming, but I am learning that thing, so I don't get anything. Okay, this is the loops and how you can use and how you can implement in real time. So after that, so I have to explore more things, and I am not clear about myself. What is my real passion or where I can go? Okay, so I have joined a masters. So luckily, I got the best college in Maharashtra. That is
Okay.
Mata Jizabhai Technological Institute. Okay, so in masters, I learned lots of things that about how to research, how to self study. That things I learned from masters and how to improve yourself. And okay, that is I have learned from my MTech. After that, doing MTech, my project or hardware based. Also, because I don't know the coding, so I have done also project in hardware based. So that was a innovative project. After that, I have to learn that how IT world actually works. So I joined this company as a curiosity that how it works. So I joined that company as an intern, and I learned that of things and which I am looking for. I got that. Yes, I can do in this field now. So I learned how to implement the real world, real programming. So I learned, yes, this loop is that you can implement this. So the database is used for this. Okay. So this practically thing. Okay, I got this. So I learned the things very much faster after that, and grasping things now I'm very faster because I learned very practically, not theoretically, how it works, how it can be implemented. That's the main purpose of that things when I am learning.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. So, so I think I'm good for now. Let's discuss on how we can do better in the interview, right? So first thing, right, Prashant, I would like to add is you need to keep it short. Okay. Whenever if someone is asking you a question, right, you don't know how much time they have. You need to put the exact points that you want to put. Okay. There should not be any rumbling. There shouldn't be clear sentences. Don't add too many sentences. For example, if someone asks you okay, can you please tell me why did you do or something like I said, what did you learn, right? So there was a very long answer that you gave, that okay, I learned how to I learned that learnability. You didn't use that word learnability, but you told that okay, that in the fast changing world where technology is changing every time, you should be adopting to basically learn everything that is coming very openly. Okay, so that is very important. So what I see is, right, you have lot of technical knowledge now, but there is presentation that is missing over here. Okay, in this last 5 to 10 minutes, what I gather is, right, you did BE. Okay, where you were trying to learn about the electronics and communication. After that, you were not able to find the right kind of opportunity. Then you went ahead with the higher studies, MTech, where you learn more about electronics and communication, embedded system, and all. But after that, also in it might be there might be different reasons that you didn't get that opportunity. We can discuss it on some other forum. But after that, you thought that wherever you are going for the interview, people are asking you about how to implement it, right? The software skills or software coding languages and all. And that's where you thought that, okay, maybe I am missing this software programming, and that's why I'm not getting hired. And that's where you got into learning all this Hadoop, Python, SQL, and all those things. Okay, I'll tell you very frankly, right? If you are confident, if you are good in communication, and you are clear in your mind, clear clarity of whatever has been taught to you, that is sufficient to get you a job. Don't think that if I keep on learning, adding different things, I might be become a better fit, because you might be a better fit already into electronics and communication field. But just because you were not able to present yourself correctly at the right forums, or because of certain other constraints, you should try to improve on those rather than switching altogether to a different field. Tomorrow it might happen that IT is feeling a recession already. You are seeing that because of this COVID times, people are working from home and they are trying to cut off the staff and all, right? We don't know. I'm not trying to instill fear in you, but at the same time I am trying to tell you that maybe it's something else that is missing, not just the technical skills that you are looking for. If I'm going to multiple rounds of interview and I'm not able to clear it, maybe I need to improve on that part. If I am not able to present my ideas clearly, maybe I need to be clear on those fronts. If I'm not able to convince the other person, because interview is only about convincing the other person that I am fit for this opportunity, please hire me. So if you are somehow not able to convince, right, I think that convincing power will come when you will know that, okay, whatever questions are asked, how to answer them, where to stop, what to present, and what are the right data and stats that need to be fit in. You can speak for 10 minutes, but if you are not able to explain it properly, that person will get confused. And confusing interviewer is a crime, actually, because the person will never be able to judge that, okay, whether I should go ahead hiring this person or not. And then he might put you on hold if you're technically sound. But if he's finding another person, because the moment you enter organization's culture, right, you have to present yourself in meetings. You have to put your thoughts around whatever ideas, suggestions you have, how you can make systems efficient. If you are And I feel that you should start working on these skills, Prashant. And I don't think there is any lag in technically. If I see, right, there are lots of things that are written over there, and I'm just sure that you will be able to explain them if any questions is being asked on those fronts. But the other aspect of any clearing any interview is, right, communication, confidence, and clarity, and that's what this session is all about.
Okay, sir.
So I would say you would have certain idea of what to present on. You can learn from others. That is also an art, how others are presenting. There are certain YouTube videos available, how to give interview. There is lots of material on the internet available. Kushal is there to guide you. You can always call me also if you want that, okay, if there is anything that you want to particularly ask, right? But if by improving in that direction also will give you an edge in clearing any interview, Prashant, is what I would say.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I will
thank
improve
you.
myself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So thank you, Prashant. Let's have the next, which is the final for the day. And so we have Gaurav. So Gaurav, are you ready? Can you confirm? Okay. Yeah. Let me add you. Yes. Yeah. So Gaurav is ready. So we can start with Gaurav. You can unmute yourself and just check.
Audio is audible?
Yes, Gaurav, you are audible. Yes.
Hello, Gaurav.
Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. So, is this your first interview that you are basically applying for, or you have already given some interview somewhere?
Yes, sir. I have already applied for many opportunities, but there were in between the many situations, I got rejected. But yes, this will be my fourth or fifth time I'm doing the interview.
Okay. And and do you know or you have any idea why you got rejected over there?
The skills were not matching, or
Skills were not
my
matching.
salary
Okay.
expectations are not. Yes, my salary expectations were
Okay.
not matching to
But that's fair. That's fair. It happens. Don't be too much sad about it, because if I'm not the right fit, that will put me. If they hire you, that will put you greater risk of failing in that organization. That's completely fair. Uh, can you please give a brief introduction about your skill set and what kind of knowledge you have in terms of technically, uh, how much knowledge, or basically what kind of skill set you have?
Right now, I'm pursuing the certification course in Data Associate from St. Francis College, where our guidance are Kushal Sharma sir. So I have gained more skills in SQL and Python and many more technologies that I am learning now and learning now and developing more skills. So there are few skills like uh, I've also started I've also started programming in Python and also started programming in SQL and also I've also done the Hadoop
Your
transformation
voice is
and
not that clear. I'm not able to hear you properly. Can you please come closer to the mic, or somehow?
so
Yeah. Sorry.
uh,
Yeah. Thank you.
is it now audible?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Better.
Uh, so right now I'm pursuing the certification course in data associate. So I've developed a lot of skills such as Python, MySQL Workbench, and many more. And DBMS and Tableau, where I have to present the reportings of data analytics. And also I have learned about the Hadoop and Apache Spark and many more. And also, I have a skills of networking and things are some about learning about Java C also and many more skills. And from school time also I have ready to learn new things also. So I also more new have also ready to learn new various things. And, also keeping the some update about technologies and redeveloping the technologies and Photoshop and other skills also. So these are the skills developed right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. I was looking at your projects that you have made, right? Solar battery
Yes.
charging,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
footstep power generation using piezoelectric sensors,
Yeah. Piezoelectric sensor.
piezoelectric sensor.
Yes. Yes.
These look more like electronics and communication based project
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than a IT software kind of a project. So
Yes.
can you
Yes.
please tell, like, how did that thing you are saying that, okay, these are the key highlights, and since you know that this is a kind of a uh, IT IT opportunity that you are seeking for. So what makes you believe that putting these over here will make you giving the right impression?
Right now, sir, I have started my career. So
Okay.
I was looking forward for the telecom department, but after seeing the job opportunities in telecom and networking, they required more experiences. So my projects are mostly based on electronics hardware based department. So
Hmm.
as you can see that my background is from electronics and telecommunication. So my diploma project was solar battery charging, where I have I have charged the battery from solar energy, and my second project is like footstep power generation using piezo. Just just the power generation using piezoelectric sensor is like if we start working on the piezoelectric sensor, then the power is generated from the piezoelectric sensor, and it will get converted to the electrical energy, and the power is stored in the rechargeable battery, where the battery with the stored battery energy can be used for mobile charging or any other purpose also. So these are the main project I have done in electronic background. But right now I am pursuing the certification course. So I have done three projects where I have just added the one project only, that is database modeling through SQL, where I've created the database of our HR management or employee management system, where I can keep update about each and every employee, where he has attended today or not, or whether he has updated their skills or any other activities. So this was the main key highlight of this data, this project.
Okay. Okay. So in SQL, right, there is some concept of join. Can you please explain me that? What are joins?
Join. So joins are basically yes, join where I can add two tables. I can add two tables. Whether it will be like joining the show ID, or if we can take the example of HR employee management system. So where I can join employee ID and another section from another table, like we can join employee ID and another section such as hiding the employee ID and their employee location. So whether if I want to make the join of the two tables, like I have to make a join of outer join, left join, or right join, or left outermost left join and outermost right join. And yes, these are the main four type of join where you can join two tables in one.
Okay. 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 So coming back to your interest, right? So you have written that knowing different type of electronic devices and keeping their knowledge. So it is kind of a hobby that you have. So do you write blogs on them, or you read blogs on them?
Yes, I read blogs on them, and I watch YouTube videos on them, like keeping update about new smartphone, new technology, new laptops, which are being updated in today's generation or today's technology, and such many things on them.
Okay. Okay. That's nice, actually. So uh, what do you think that that the skills that you have, any two skills that you have, which makes you right fit for this kind of an opportunity?
It's yes, my rifle such as I have started my career in IT sector. So the right skills such as I've started to program Python myself, which will be benefited for company's benefit, and and also it will be more reliable to gain more. It should be more reliable to gain my skills also, and it should be yes, these are the skills which you require for the company.
Okay. Okay. Fine. I think we are reaching the end almost, but yeah, let me ask one or two more questions before we can. Right. So, do you have any questions for me about this organization?
No, sir.
Sorry, do you have any questions? No. Okay. Okay.
No, sir.
And what are your salary expectations?
As I'm starting my career in this IT field, so that will be not my first priority. So my first salary expectation will be as a company's norm, which will fulfill my economic needs. So that's only expected from that right now.
Okay. 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 Fine. Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav. It was nice talking to you. Thank you. So I think we can now go a bit more into detail. It was a good interview. I would add that. Okay. You were able to answer everything clearly, keeping it short, and the whatever questions were thrown at you, right? Whether about the gadgets that you have written, anything on your resume, that you have done your technical projects in electronics and communication. Why are you putting it over there? You were able to answer that. At the same time, right, when it was asked that okay, introduction, you kept it very simple. So there is nothing much to add as such on this round, on this particular interview. But two things like I would like to add here. First thing is, right, so uh, as I told earlier also, that keeping a good connection, because if the other person is not able to hear you and you are going for the interview, that actually can hamper the chances of making it through, because someone might not be able to, if he's not able to hear you, that might not interest him as well. So please be sure on that. Other thing, right, when someone is asking you that do you have any questions for me or about this organization, so this is a very tricky question. Okay, why this is asked, right? This is just to gauge the interest of that particular candidate, that okay, whether he has read about the job role, job description, and about the company or not. For example, you are looking for some say a Java candidate. For example, job role is given the Java candidate. He should be able to handle clients. He should be able to work in 24/7 approach. He should be able to be available over weekend. He should be able to handle meetings. He should be able to learn new things as such, right? So it is something like they are putting some information to you already. They are trying to feed some information to you already. So this is the right time that you can show them that okay, I am willing to adopt to all those things that you have written in your job role, and I am the right fit. So maybe you can ask questions like, so you have written that this is kind of a 24/7 role, a job. So can you give a more introduction of a more brief on more knowledge on what kind of technologies we are supporting in this project, and at the same time you can ask, right, so what are the client expectations? Okay, what are the traits that you are looking for when hiring for this kind of an opportunity? So that shows that okay, you are very much interested in grabbing this opportunity. You have done your research. So this was the only minor gap I noticed, but yeah, other than that, I would say that you fared quietly well on this interview. Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Yeah. Right. So Kushalji, I don't know how all the executions went as you would have expected, but yeah, I have tried to give the honest feedback to all the candidates who are there, and I would again say that take it very positively, whatever comments or whatever feedback is given, and I surely want to wish you all the best, and not only these candidates, but whoever has joined, just try to adopt a few of the things that we have tried to spot on, and wishing you all the best for your futures, basically. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I would, because we have few minutes left. So now we have around 20 participants apart from the candidates. So I would just like to invite anyone who would like to share, because probably I'm expecting that you must have noted down or you must have learned some pointers. So anyone can come up and share what have you learned in a 1 or 2 minutes time. So that would summarize also, and that will actually give us a feedback also that yes, the session went well, not only for the 4 candidates, but yes, those who joined it. Yeah, and anyone who can do that.
Hello, sir. It's me, Meenal.
Yes, Meenal.
Hello. Sir, I want to ask one question to our teachers today, how they start their journey in technical.
Okay, there is a question. Okay.
Okay.
And I
No, thank you for asking that. So I want to add this to Prashant's resume that I was also an electronics and communication guy, finding a job in the IT after my career, after my in the college campus itself, right? So to add that, right, I think whenever you are going as a fresher, right, the more things that you are looking for is basically confidence, because if you see, right, all of the IT companies, they give training whenever you join them. Okay, it might not happen that you are hired for a Java project, but after 6 months you are working on some SQL project. That might very happen because it is very fast changing world, and technologies are also evolving along with that. So to answer that question, right, I had no idea of what this Java is, what are Unix languages, Unix scripts, how they are written, or SQL for that matter. But as long as you are willing to learn, you are willing to adopt the changes that are throwing at you. I think that's, and the flexibility that you should be able to learn. You should not say that, okay, no, this particular technology I have not worked upon, so I'll not take that opportunity. So these things, right, if you can get it. So that's how also when my interview was taken, it was more of a only based on confidence, clarification, all those things, and based on that I got hired, and there was no further looking back, is what I can say. Once you enter, right, I would say that whenever you are getting any opportunity, and take every opportunity to learn. If people sometimes ask me a question, there are a few friends and relatives of mine that, okay, I'm getting an opportunity to work in a KPO or a BPO for that matter, but the company is good, should I take that opportunity or not? And I very openly and very strongly recommend that why don't you join that. It will improve your communication skills, it will show you how the organization culture is. And to tell you frankly, right, every organization sets a particular number of jobs, 10% or 20%, based on that. Okay, whoever is performing well in that BPO or KPO, they have the opportunity to move to the technical part of that company. So that gives you a much better window to perform, rather than if you are now you are competing with, say, 5 lakh people. Now there you will be competing only with, say, 200 or 300 people. So that also give you a very good chance to make it through, actually. Yeah.
Thank you, Harish. I hope Meenal, you got the answer for the same. And
yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir, and giving marvelous time to us.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions? Or sorry, I would as Kushal was saying, right? Feedback, kind of like, okay. I hope this session was useful, and uh, we were able to give certain pointers which will certainly help you being or doing fair in your next interviews. Yeah. If anyone you want to add on to that, that will be also good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have given the interview, sir. I get to know my weaknesses, and I will work on that. And the overall, this session is very good.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to hear that.
You also gave me the opportunity to present myself in the front of you. So, sir, thank you again for that.
I think Kushalji, the thank is for you. Yeah. I think we had very less time. Otherwise, we would have taken everyone one round, because this is also an opportunity. But yeah, I would say that we learn by giving interview, but also we learn a lot about how the other work person is giving an interview, because we see that, okay, this is something that we have to cover, and this is something that we should not do. So that do's and don'ts, if we are able to understand clearly, either by giving or by attending such sessions, it will always be helpful.
Right. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for today, sir. We have been working on technical interviews for a very long time now. With the help Kushal sir is providing us, we have worked on a lot of mock interviews, and a lot of us have attended to understand how which type of technical questions are asked. But today we even got an opportunity to explore to the non-technical part of it. So we got to know what kind of questions actually are asked in the HRA interview as well. So I think it was a very big help in that part, because we have been continuously working on developing our technical skills. But today is when we realize that we have to work and focus on developing skills in HR round as well, because we will be asked questions like salary expectations. When that question comes up, we all know we have an expectation, but I don't think a lot of us do not know how to represent that expectation. Like, I obviously have some kind of expectation, but how will I present that expectation in front of the interviewer is what you gave us a guideline through that. So I think that was a great opportunity we got to learn this. And as well as you also mentioned the question of how the interviewer asks you if you have any questions for them. I had a couple of questions that I think that we could ask the interviewer. Could you please tell me if those are appropriate questions?
Yeah. Sure. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Like, I had a question in my mind, which I thought that if an interviewer will ask me if you have any questions, can I ask the interviewer about the work culture? So can I go ahead and ask the interviewer that, could you please tell me something about how is the work culture at your organization?
Sure. That is a very fair ask. You can ask what is the work culture, what are the values which the company is following, or even you can ask that, okay, what are the strategies that company is trying to adopt in this fast changing world. Obviously work culture also includes lots of other things, lunch hours, work life balance, all those things. Obviously we should not ask, because that is something that sends a wrong message. But yeah, that the question, that the point that you tried to ask, right, that is very fair, and you will certainly get brownie points on in asking that question. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Rather than that, I would say it was a great session, and thank you so much for taking out time from your such busy schedule today on a holiday for us and guiding us through it. And thank you so much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, actually. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Vaishnavi. Yeah, so yes, if anybody has, we can take one more. Otherwise, we can conclude here. I think Nikhil had messaged something. So Nikhil, if you have something to say, please go ahead, and we would take it as a last feedback or your experience, and then we will conclude.
Nikhil Raj.
The voice is a little breaking, Nikhil.
Right now, so I hope it's better.
Actually, it is still breaking. So yeah, so you may write it in the chat probably. Okay, you may. So I'm just opening the chat. You can write it publicly. So okay, all right. So I think he is having some network issues.
Hello.
Yes, Gaurang. Yes.
Yes, I have a question for Harish sir.
Yes, please tell.
Sir, I have also completed my graduation in BE in electronics and telecom background, but I also have an experience of, like, during my years of engineering. I worked in a startup in data marketing, which was an electronic shop startup. We used to import all the components from China and sell over here. So will that be an extra? Will that be a good point in my CV? And I've also worked in a organization named as Ugam Solution, where we did data quality check will that be an good point on my CV, like as a work experience? Because that's not in IT.
No, that's okay. As long as you are able to explain whatever you are writing, right? For example, you have said that there was some inventory management. So obviously, what kind of components are coming from China? How much sale is going on? How you are managing the inventory? How you are making the balance sheet and reconciling it, the components which got sold, right? If that was software based, right? I think you can add that. But if it is something like was done manually or balance sheet or paper wise, right? I don't think it will make sense, because the job opportunity that you are looking for is IT solution. So any IT part of that, if you can add, that was adopted over there, it you can add that and you will be able to explain it. And the other thing that you said, right, about the data quality checks. So if the opportunity is about something like data scientist or data analyst, obviously you can write that. But here the it will go as a primary experience of how you handled the data, how you reconciled the checks, what kind of data inputs you were looking, and what kind of reports you were making out of that data quality. For example, you corrected some 10 errors in a day. So how was that data errors, how are you making sure that those errors are not getting repeated in the next day? That you can add. There were some IT manipulation or some automation that you did to make that happen, that you can add. But if it is only about putting a data entry or seeing the system on the UI and then making correction, I think that that's too small to put as a project or any learning onto your resume, because that will undermine some of the other bigger things that you might have to write.
Okay, sir. So you hello, yeah. So, sir, you told about the software which we used in our previous organization. In my previous organization, I used Excel and Google Analytics.
Okay. Okay, but I think these tools are freely available in the market. As long as you put some API onto top of it and did some automation, you can add that. But if it is something like you are using their services and doing something, and that's limited only to that part, I would suggest avoiding writing that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And sir, this was a knowledgeable webinar, like this mock interview. We have learned a lot of things from that.
Yeah. Thank you to hear that. Welcome. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Nikhil has written. So confidence, clarity, and company research will be key points in cracking interview. Okay. Keep it short. Lead the conversation to your strong points. Talk more about skills and how you are best fit for the person. Okay. So he is sharing what he has learned from this particular mock interviews and the guidance given. So let us now conclude here. So let me thank once again Harish for giving his valuable time. Let me also thanks the candidates, everybody. So this activity I see as as we all are going to help ourselves, help our families, and even our communities. So this activity I see it as that yes, ultimately we all need to become good technically as an individual also, and wherever we are working, so we need to help the organizations, we need to upskill ourselves. So that is a journey you all guys are going to start in few weeks or maybe few months. Okay, so let us be very good technically as well as an individual, helping the company, helping the family, and ultimately helping the community. So I take this activity in that sense, and it was, I think, very fruitful, giving a direction and clarity to everybody. So once again, thank you, Harish ji, and thank you everybody.
Thank you.
I would like to conclude here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, and wishing you all a very all the best. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.